everyone, this is my reaction to the 5th episode of Ora o Tsuki no wa Omae dake kayo. And last episode was kind of a relationship mending episode. We met a new character, Sunaro, like the ace of the newspaper club or something, school newspaper. And she, asking questions and stuff. However, by the end of it, she seemed a bit more malicious, She looked like she was about to publish some story about our main character being some kind of, wannabe player going after 3 women at once, scumbag and all that, which is not good. That's kind of a terrible thing to happen. So I wonder what will come of that. Guess we'll see. 3, 2, 1, play. Of course, no one more pure than you. And more, maybe her, Oh, and there's her attack. That was a doozy. No problem. Good for you. I mean... I'm not sure, I think we're missing the point of saying it. Translate, that's supposed to be translated as childhood friends. Just quick tip for you. Yada yada does that. Because with old friend, it just makes it sound like she's elderly, I mean, most people probably know what you meant by context, sure, but I like the phrase childhood friend. It's pretty universal, pretty accepted amongst anime fans, I'd say. That's a good translation of Wasana Najimi. But yeah, definitely Joro does not hold back as much against Himawari, not that it seems to make much of a difference. Really, just gotta get better at dodging her attacks. That's really what it comes down to. There's so many characters in the opening, yet so few of them have been relevant so far. It's just funny. To me, at least. I just feel like we only met like maybe half of them. Like, we only got one new one last episode. And we're back into it. I thought it was working out too well for me, and I guess it was. Oh? What are we talking here? We're working on that, I think. Right. Oh, Sunaro, what do you want? Man, you just get all the ladies, don't you? I'm sure this will go well. I'm sure you won't regret this at all. I'm sure she has only the most pure of intentions. You're gonna go down for another fall soon. Are we gonna sit on a bench for this? I don't see one around us, but if there's a bench nearby, we'll find it. Because she was lifting up her skirt there. Okay. Oh, wow. Damn. I think that's actually progressively getting better. Kind of wish we could have lingered on that shot a bit longer, but oh well. Oh no! Oh no, we found one. We found one. I didn't see it before, but I should have known better. I should have known it was nearby. Why? 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 A bench that defies all logic and reasoning. Every time you see a bench, you know things are gonna get worse in your life. I'd really rather not. Like, could we literally sit anywhere else? Like in a dumpster, out anything else? Well, maybe you can sit on her lap. That way you're technically not sitting on the bench, and if she refuses, just say, well, I guess it's not that important for you to talk to me then. You know? It's a nice lap, though, isn't it? Just like screaming to be a lap pillow. Gotta love the difference of emotions between these two characters. The hair playing and everything. Yeah. She's doing this on purpose, I feel like it. Because she was pretty aware of what's happened if she's writing a newspaper about it. What's she gonna say? Okay. At least she didn't confess to another guy. That's not exactly what's happening. Like, not really. I mean, it's complicated. It always comes down to that. I'm sure she was nearby as well. Was he? How dare you look at her the wrong way? Tell us how you really feel. I really don't have 3 girlfriends, though. Still working on the first. Proof, huh? Oh. That's a hug. A childhood friend hug. It's nothing. Well, that looks a little bit worse, I'll admit. But... okay, yeah, that one looks pretty bad, I'll admit. Like, yeah, there's no nudity or anything in any of those pictures, so... You just really misunderstand. This is reality for you. Violating 3 women, okay. But what about his name? That's kind of the important one. It's really not, I mean... stridently. Well, then, maybe you should get the story from him, you know? Actually discuss it with him before you publish this. Okay, I guess that works. Kind of strong arm into this, but... If it's this is the path we gotta take for her to be part of our harem, I guess it's acceptable. Like I have a choice. I think you're just unlucky. And lucky at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Of course, now people are gonna think you two are a thing, because you're always together. I like how the skirt, the first place he looks. I approve. You're not helping my case, Cosmos. You're really not. Oh yeah, the text message. And I forgot about that. Totally random. Okay. Yeah, it just keeps going. 3 girls, how convenient. He's talking to me. Kamata, who is she? Literally who? It's really not helping anything. But which one, though? Is all 3 up on the table? Please don't kid around right now. You're really doing me a disservice. Well... yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, let's do our best. Unattainable president. He does, I mean, She clearly likes him a lot. In fact, that's the most flirty I've ever seen her be with him. So this was bad timing. Let's workshop that headline a bit. Well, that was a no. Yeah, I mean, they all love you, so. Aww. And yeah, she's not gonna give up. Let's leave that as plan B. A lot of help you are. Trying to ruin my life and not even help, but I need you. Pure purity plan. Yeah, she said she could block out the girls' names, right? Although I'm sure some people could probably figure it out. Alright. Cookies. Well, I'll take his share. Just gotta find a way to stick him to the monitor. So if I could stick something to the monitor, I'd focus on a very different use for that. Yeah, Kamata, who is she? Like, we mentioned her before. So, I assume she's gonna be one of the girls that we saw in the opening, that we haven't interacted with at all. Just don't know which one. When you look at me like that, I can't. Straight up. Cheetah, yeah, that, if there's any doubts. Yeah, I do kind of like Cosmos a little bit. I actually haven't put much thought into who's my favorite girl because they were all kind of scummy, you know? Like everyone in the show was scummy, to a degree. So I should probably start thinking about that, who my favorite is. At this point, it would probably be Cosmos, I guess. But I don't know. I had to think about that. A ridiculous notion. Got this. So what's gonna happen here? Okay, not what I expected exactly. I mean, I kind of like it. The Sakura petals really sell it, you know. Yeah. Is that what you're doing? I wouldn't have guessed that. Who is the enemy again? We just need another samurai to stop her. Maybe a ninja. Good question. But who? Yeah, better not to ask. Oh, is that Kamata? Oh, did she not like him? I'm sure. She's on her guard to say the least. What? Oh, that never happened? I'm pretty sure that never happened. I mean, there was that, but he didn't do anything. Yeah, what's up, fourth wall? That never happened, though. Why are the rumors just getting worse? Uh, saying she's cute herself. I guess she's not wrong, but she's the rumors wrong. Although, to be fair, he might have licked her if she stuck around too long, so probably better safe than sorry. It's just so ridiculous. And yet, she still looks cute as she does it. Yeah, that was a pretty hard decline. Yeah, because things always go great when you're around. Okay, I guess work to satisfy her. Getting close. Man, girls really do like to manipulate him, don't they? You know. Yeah. Oh, third member, huh? And who would that be? Oh, do you want to be? No. Yeah, I don't think he's a girl. I'm pretty sure he's not. So, uh, that's not. That's never going to happen. That would be the bad end of this rom-com adventure. Yeah, apparently we ran on a budget. Oh, okay, here we go. This is budget well spent. I feel like I forgot to talk. Forgot how to talk for a second. Oh wow, wow. I need some gifts. I need some gifts now. Just the Cosmos one was especially good stuff. But yeah, definitely getting ready. Yeah, somebody. I would prefer you to take Sun's spot if you don't mind, but she clearly doesn't. She clearly wants to dance with him. Yeah, I just don't lick anything. Oh, she looks like an important girl. She came with her posse, which is a bad sign. What did I do now? What's the problem today? Oh, so she did publish it after all. Well, apparently somebody did something. Damn, savage. Uh, yeah. Word got around. This is what you call fake news, by the way. So don't believe it. Because she knows him? Like, what kind of question is that? Because I want to. You got a problem with that? You gotta fight me? Uh, so bad. And Himawari next? Oh no. So yeah, it seems to not be her doing. Although it doesn't matter, it's too late, it's already out there. So who published it then? Not a great introduction to her character, but, you know. Please do. Oh. Okay, I mean, yeah, if you want to, I guess that would help. But how did it get published if she didn't want to do it? Like, that's what I'm curious about. Don't know if they'll address that, but... I actually do prefer you to be here, but okay. Why? Well, damn. Went downhill. So much for the friendship restoration last episode. Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, that's not the Japanese way. You always put in efforts. Of course you do. All the girls have to be on the same page. What if I want to read? Well, yeah, this took kind of a nosedive. At least somebody's Genki. Yes, it's all your fault. So do what you can to make up for it. Well, that's nice. I mean, she wanted to do the dance anyway, I'm pretty sure. Let's see what you can do. At least one girl will interact with me. 1, 2, 3. Cosmos continues talking, I see. Even though she's the one that, decided not to be around him. I guess stalking doesn't count. But yeah, that was... it feels like every episode of this show, a lot happens. Like, it's interesting. Like, the status quo never stays the same very long. Still don't quite get how the licking rumor got started, though. Like, I know they showed the flashback, but, like, he didn't do it. Did somebody see that and just left before it happened and assumed he did it afterwards? I don't really get that, but rumors are weird like that. But yeah, things seemed to be so happy for a little bit there. We were all practicing, getting ready for the dance, and then everything went downhill because what she made got printed. Although this could have been avoided if she had just talked to him before, making it. Because that's what good journalists would do, which I know good journalists are basically almost non-existent nowadays. Okay. That was the 5th episode of Ora o Skirana wa Omae dake kayo, and this episode. This certainly was an episode. Now, we started off with a little bit of a scene with him and Himawari, where she does her usual thing, smacking him and all that, and he, he said it was on his mind, didn't really seem to hold back too much there. Like, gets up in her face and just, but not even remotely phased by any of it. So, that was pretty interesting. And yeah, around 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Yeah, we had another of his basically he had his the same visual we saw last episode, we saw it again here, except we added Asu Naru to it. And yeah, just looks great, you know, living the dream there. But I don't know how well that's gonna go though, because he seems to keep running into issues every time he seems to make progress with his harem plan. It just something happens that just ruins it all. So that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, the bench. I mean, it's a running joke that never gets old. You saw the bench. Like I was 50-50 on whether or not a bench would be involved here, because it wasn't really exactly a love confession or anything, but it was there. She sat there, invited him over, said a lot of similar lines that we've gotten before, and I was wondering what exactly she would say. But you know, I know she did this stuff because it's obviously reminiscent of what's happened before, but it didn't really make much sense with the follow-up of what she said. Like, you know, cute hair twirling and stuff. They followed it up by yelling at him and calling him a scumbag and all that. I don't know. I guess she was just deliberately trying to be misleading to increase the damage done. Otherwise, that doesn't make too much sense. Aside from, of course, just keeping the joke running. But, you know, if she knows his weakness, that benches traumatize him, then and yeah, that it can all make sense. But she was also part of that one incident talking about the baseball and saw him giving googly eyes to some attractive girl, which apparently makes you a pervert. I didn't know that, but seems to be the case. Has pictures of him like being hugged by Himawari, which that's not a big deal at all. Like friends hug each other all the time. Like it's not that big of a deal. It wasn't even a two-way hug. Like it was clearly something that she initiated. That he was just like, yeah, okay, whatever, let's get this over with. The Kabedon of Cosmos looked a little bit worse, I'll admit. And having matching cups, you know, one-on-one with Pansy in the library, that I admit looks very romantic. But still, calling it what she's calling it, you know, is still a stretch. And like I said, she should have talked to him before she made that much progress on the article. But no. At the very least, she was willing to listen to him and maybe be a little bit open-minded into possibly changing some things. But still, she could have handled this whole thing better, for sure. And then his next interaction with Cosmos was 10 out of 10. Because she had basically been the most flirty with him that I think she's ever been in the show. Like, just everything about her, what she was saying, her mannerisms, and it's got the sparkles, just, yeah, like, it's pretty clear what this looks like to anyone observing. So, it was really cute stuff, though. Terrible timing, but very cute. And this is funny, too, when he said that he wants to, like, stop spending time with them, like, for a while. All three of them all together says, just, no, forget it. You gotta just... At least that's kind of flattering, because it means that they want to spend time with you so badly that they'll do it even if under ideal circumstances. However, that didn't remain the case, because later on they decided that, you know, they're gonna stay with him for a while once things got worse. So maybe if they had adopted that attitude now, things might have been went a little bit differently, but hard to say. But yeah, like I said, things definitely went worse once the article got published. But before that, we had a lot of fun, you know. We had Cosmos being silly with her usual samurai speak, all of her, you know, dono stuff, and I just love when she does that. Like, it feels like it should be a lame thing to do, but for some reason, she does it well. Where it's endearing, I don't know. We did get to meet a new girl here, with a hat, who, not a big fan of Kisaragi, you know, because she's supposed to be the one to be the other dance partner. However, she heard rumors, and she decided she wanted nothing to do with him. Very, very defensive, and just bolted. So, that went poorly, but apparently we can just have a guy step in for her for some reason. Guess it's just a very progressive school, I don't know. But yeah, we did get a very nice fan service scene here of them all changing, which I'll watch again real quick here. Like, first we got Himawari, you know, showing that bra, which is good. And then we saw Pansy showing some kind of a nice behind shot there. And then the best of all, like easily the best of all, was a full panty shot of Cosmos here, and her panties were actually very, very cute. I quite like them. They look very pulled downable as well. But yeah, hers, everything about hers was perfect, from that to the animation of the arm movements and everything. Just 10 out of 10 what they did with Cosmos there. But yeah, just why couldn't things stay happy like that? Because we had some twin-tailed red-haired girl who looked important when we saw her, but I don't know if she'll be like a big character. We'll see. But she was pretty quick to, her and her posse were pretty quick to just go up to him and levy insults, just mindlessly believing what the newspaper tells them, you know, not asking any questions first, just if the newspaper says it, it must be true, because they just never heard the concept of fake news, I guess. But that's pretty common nowadays. You know, when you don't publish the truth, you publish what furthers your personal political agenda. Very common nowadays. I don't know how common it is in Japan, but in America it's very common. You know, seeking out news sources that just agree with your worldview, and, you know, who cares if it's true or not. Alternate facts, I think, is the word they like to use for it. But yeah, just not a big fan of the red-haired girl because of how she was kind of introduced there. But, you know, hopefully we get a bit of an apology from her once the truth comes out, but who knows. I do like how Asunaro, I do like how determined she was to make up for it. At the very least, that's good. So, I definitely do not dislike her or anything. I just, you know, wish she made slightly different decisions here and there. But she's certainly not a bad person by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, the title for next episode is, when I need to say something, I'll say it. You know, Ora wa iu, Toki wa iu. So, I imagine maybe you'll have some kind of cool moment where he gives a little bit of a speech in front of people. You know, that's kind of what comes to mind when I hear that title. So, guess we'll see. So, till then. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.